Hi there, welcome to Dave in the Shed. I'm Dave and this is my little corner of the world, also known as the Shed Mahal. Now if you're into DIY, 3D printing and model trains, you've come to the right place. Now fair warning, I do things a little bit differently. I have cerebral palsy, which means sometimes things get a little bit creative around here, but hey, it just makes it more fun. So if you like making, fixing, and maybe even breaking things along the way, stick around. Hit that subscribe button and let's build something awesome together.
Down in the shed where the magic begins, Dave's got his tools, let the fun commence. 3D printing dreams, watch him come alive. With every little gadget, man, he starts to thrive. Blueprints in hand, technology so keen, building up the future like a crafty machine. Model trains rolling on a whimsical track. In this shed of wonder, there's no time to slack. Oh, Dave in the shed where the vibes stay high. Creating with passion, he's reaching for the sky. DIY master in a vibrant samba flow. Hope you enjoyed the video, let's get ready to go. Let's get ready to go.
Hello, how you going? Welcome to this week's episode of Dave in the Shed. It's Monday and I'm in the shed. I'm going to turn the light on and see if it brightens me. How you going? Hope you're doing okay. On Saturday we had a lot of rain, very nice. I had some gardening duties planned but didn't go ahead due to rain, but I did something else crazy. I'll show you. The wall of Ryobi has changed. I've got to stop watching people's videos on YouTube about stuff because what's the name? Dave Froger. What is his name? The cyclodrome man. He does some interesting stuff, and I was inspired by one of his videos about when he's working in his new studio. So I've stolen some ideas from him, and I've done a big makeover. Now this is a tiny little corner. It's a bit hard to shoot on the video, but I've rearranged a lot of the Ryobi stuff into one spot, into one stage, including the Ryobi fan. This is the cabinet where I used to have all the PA systems stored, now been relocated to Brother. In that cabinet is a couple of old computer systems. I've still got one to move over here in the corner. Nobody sees. Is an old Windows XP server machine in this really lovely case, really big machine. It's an old Dell machine. Hang on, we might push this out. This will mean nothing to nobody. It's a beautiful machine. It's got 256 megabytes of RAM. It's virtually useless for anybody, but it used to run. Beautiful. It weighs a ton. It's actually on a little bit of a skateboard on its own we made because the thing actually weighs a ton. But anyway, that's an old XP server, Windows XP sitting up there. I've got to relocate it into the cabinet. So behind the pegboard, which is now sort of like a door, a fake door, is stuff. So it's storage space. That storage space you don't have to access too often. So I've got a facade on it, neatens the place up. Computer terminal used for running the DCC programming. Yes, I've got to give that shelf a tidy now. There's a solar panel in there, I have no idea. Up the top in the cabinet, we've got Ryobi chainsaws. Ryobi 180-volt chainsaw. The two new ones and the old rebuilt one. Now, the old rebuilt one is a manual bar oil machine. I don't know if you can see how much on the box, but it leaks oil everywhere. It's got a tank in it, and you pressurise the tank and it lubes the system. But maybe I should try releasing the pressure from the tank when we're not using it, because it's in a box up there because it leaks bar oil even when the tank's got oil in it. Sitting up like that in the air probably doesn't help a little bit either. Sits up on level. And my two new saws up there, they have been used. Done a bit of work with them, but they're up in there. Pretty neat to put them in their boxes and store them up. Anyway, so the wall of Ryobi, I've moved it and I'll show you what it looks like now. Talk about a few things. So all the Ryobi 18-volt chargers in this little nook here. Now, down the bottom, I have the impact driver socket set, as it says in the box. I'm going to put a little plinth down there, but it can live down there, trying to keep all the Ryobi tools you grab easier. So I've made up these in the 3D printer. Made up these little printers. So there we've got for the multi-tool blades, and we've got some saw blades for the sawzall. I've got the more sanding blades off the multi-tool. We've got the sanding belts all organised in sizes, and we've got batteries, which I'm setting up in sizes, and then we've got the chargers, bits and pieces. I've still got to do a bit more work in progress to organise the power board. Up the top there, just for the sake of memories, I've got one of Dad's old Ryobi 18 volt chargers. Now, it still works. The battery doesn't take a charge, but the charger works. And I've still got the battery. I've still got the blow mould for one of these, just for the sake. I haven't worked out how we're going to display that. But there you go, up in there. That's just for display purpose, history purpose. Now, one thing about the Ryobi 18 volt system that no other tool brand has done, as the technology has got better in the batteries and the chargers, the format has not changed of that battery. So that 18 volt battery, although it doesn't hold a charge, fits in all my new lime green stuff. And the modern batteries, the modern lithium batteries and all the other batteries fit in the old drills. So up the top, I won't name each tool of individual, but there, that's one of Dad's old 18 volt drills, which still often gets used. So I've got the various tools. Oh, look at some of the minis here. The impact driver. Now, next to the impact driver, I've arranged things so or what I think is logically. Got the impact driver drill bits and stuff, because it's a hex drive, uses different bits. So there's a Ryobi kit that's got all the impact driving, drilling bits and parts bits, as it says on it. So they're just for the impact driver. Got more drills, got minis. Yeah, look at this. Glue gun. Now, down near the glue gun, hot glue sticks. They're a little below it because I've got to say you can pull bits and pieces in and out. I did have it a bit closer to the glue gun, but I couldn't get the soldering iron off. Anyway, drills, bits, easy to go. The Ryobi metric high-speed metric drill bit. It's good for almost anything that you really want to use there. Now, we've got down here, we've got our multi-tool. Now, I broke the blade on it, stuffing around. But anyway, we've got the Ryobi accessory pack for the tool. Now, I've got aftermarket, because you go for a lot of bits and pieces with the rotary tool. So I've got that one down there, rotary tool. I've got space down here that for acquire more tools and accessories, bits and pieces. Now, if you're going to ask about the backboard, this whole wall of this shed was built out of material that came out of a sign writer's place. When the sign writer business went belly up, a mate of mine got a contract to clean the building out from the bank because it was full of stuff, and he said, "Come and take what you want." And they had a lot of this old, this is plywood. They'd use it for making up tables and bits and pieces. I've now used it to build a wall. I've spray painted it some green to cover it. But yeah, it's got old stickers on it. That quite amazing, because they used it as a mark-up table. It's also like paint. Make me interesting. Anyway, so that's the corner. Let's pull out the corner of Ryobi. So the wall of Ryobi still exists, but Ryobi Hill's going to have to change. We'll still call it Ryobi Hill. But come over here. Have a look at this. Where, if you look at last week's video, good plug, this wall was covered in the Ryobi battery chargers and bits and pieces, now all gone. Here is the factory, because it was a little bit inconvenient. It was an interesting idea, but ideas moved on. I'm going to do a little bit of a spray patch up over here. We've got a few marks in here. We have to do a bit of a touch on paint, because there's now white spaces. But anyway, Ryobi Hill's still going to change. It's an iconic part of the layout. But the factory now doesn't have to come in and out. Could have a trainer out. Now, I've already started getting a roof onto the factory. That's because we're going to put lights in it very soon to make it removable. I've got an idea about the lights. But that's the project. So we're going to talk about projects we're working on coming weeks. And later in the week, there'll be an update video. We've got some stuff on this video, so we'll see what we get into, see what we can get done. So I've got to patch up Ryobi wall. It's still called Ryobi Hill, just out of fashion. It's interesting. So that might even become a Ryobi factory. Ooh, stay tuned. Let's have a look around at the rest of the workbench. What is coming? Oh, did I show you the 3D printed stuff? If you're running the Bachmann Shorty cars, I've started to print up some bits and pieces. These are sandbags. In our case, there actually would be wheat bags, wheat sacks. They're the sandbags designed for the military modulars. I've re-scaled them up in Tinkercad, put them on the thing. If you want the STL for that, let me know. There's a 44-gallon drum load to fit on the Bachmann units. How Mickey is that? How good is that? So if you want the STL for that, if you want me to print them for and sell them for, it doesn't get economical. You're better off finding a mate with a 3D printer close to home. I send you the files to look at all this stuff. Now let's have a quick look at what I'm doing here. I've had free deliveries turn up today, which is amazing. J car. So I've got resistors, so we can do the street lights. A couple of some hook-up wire, because we've got some bits and pieces. Some solder. Hopefully this is better than the Chinese solder that I got from Temu. Talk about garbage. Anyway, shipment of LEDs turned up from Mr. China. Not from Temu, from another supplier. So I've got those. So these are LEDs for buildings and bit pieces, so I can get on with putting LEDs. But look at this. I managed to find a big pair of tweezers online. Big pair of tweezers. Thought that'd be handy for doing trees and bushes. And got some paint. I thought I'd try some airbrush paint, since I quite like that little airbrush. Now I bought some palm trees. Here they are in plastic. Every Australian Loco Depot has a palm tree or a date palm, so I've got those. They're a bit plasticky, but we'll try and plastic them down, some duller coat, and make them look a bit pretty. And we've got more of the assorted range of plants and wildlife to do various pretty stuff around the place, and some like ferns. I want to go and stick in the valley to make the valley look a bit more ferny, and some hook-up wire, plus a cheap pair of twisty bendy pliers that'll probably be used. They're smaller than, they're very close to being the KD pliers for the KD trip plans, but these are a bit smaller, so I'm going to try those and got other uses. But anyway, that's it for this part of the video. We'll talk to you later, because I've been rabbing on here for about 10 minutes now, would you believe, just doing this quick update tour. Oh, one more thing to show you. Project of the week. I got sidetracked this morning. I'm sort of like working on the soldering station, and have a look at this monstrosity. I've had this old set of helping hands that I've had, but the base was useless and didn't work properly. I should turn some lights on so you can see a bit better. But what I've done is I had this old piece of railway line that says 2-foot gauge tramway from the Cane Railways in Queensland that's been poking around, that I had made up into a little anvil. I'm going to spin it around so you can see it. So I'd made up into a little anvil, and I decided I might use that for a base for me helping hands. It gives it some weight, because the old one was useless. And so I've done that. Now, sorry, I just got to change hands. I'm going to pull out the sec so you can see. Now, so I drilled a hole, and I was umming and ahhing. This thing has LED lights in it, and I was umming and ahhing, and I'm going to turn it on. Although they're not really bright, but you can light up. And I thought, oh, well, I don't actually use it as LED lights, but it'd be silly to lose that function. So I was umming and ahhing about what I should do, and I haven't glued it down the block. But what I've done is, bear with me, we'll see if we can roll this over without destroying it. What I've done is one of the battery packs out of those street lights that I've been disassembling, I've made a big mess with a little Ryobi router. I'm not sponsored by Ryobi. And I've cut out the bottom and hot glued in one of those battery packs in there, and made up this thing to hold me helping hands. And boy, does it have weight. I've just got to, and I'm not going to hot glue it, even though it's my favourite glue. I will get some proper builder's glue and glue the railway track to the block of wood. Good old builder's bog or something similar to do that. So anyway, that's it. That's 12 minutes now of really banging my gums and nothing to do with anything, but it's DIY projects. DIY projects. This is one of those things that happened. It just came together this morning when I was umming and ahhing about, oh, look, I should chuck this thing out. No, it's too good a waste. Da-da-da. Well, let's see if we can put a bit of base on it. And that happened. And, of course, I had the little router out, then I made a big mess and I had to clean all that. Anyway, that's it. Quick tour, quick discussion of what's going on. And we'll see what happens for the rest of the week, see what transpires. We might end up with a 40-minute video. We might end up with nothing on Wednesday. Going out to Mother's, paint house. That could be ending up like a dyslexic at a spelling bee yet, but we'll see what happens. Might take you along for the ride. Okay, talk to you later. Now, for the people who like the gardening content, have a look at this. This lily's out in bloom. Beautiful. Got to go and get my other camera out and take some photos for Friday flowers, if you know about Friday flowers. But shouldn't be flowering this time of year. But anyway, this one's out in bloom. We had 20 mils of rain the other night. That might be the problem. Drop the microphone, Dave. So have a look at that. Come across here. Some people like it when I do the walking around the gardening bit. Not going to do it. Got some roses here. Oh, got a little cat. Not too bad to have roses out this time of year. In fact, but look. These guys are out in flower too. Amazing. Shouldn't really be, in theory. Wrong time to read. Should be done and dusted. Late starters. Anyway, show you some pretty flowers. Just something different in one of my videos. Rightio. Talk to you later again. Oh, shaky. Wobbly hand, Dave. Not good for the video. Good morning. Welcome to the vlog on Tuesday morning. For the person who said not enough disasters on the program to say that you have problems, here's a disaster. We woke up this morning to find that one of the kitchen shelves had parted way. It had lost all sense of gravity. It had fallen off the kitchen wall. It's not a small thing to come crashing down. It is a whacking great big piece of particle board, laminated with some linoleum on one side, green, that lovely green colour. Actually, the whole kitchen is that greeny colour theme, almost close to Ryobi green. And on the other side, to match 1960s bad taste, it's got this pegboard on it. Big heavy thing. It's got these 1960s Descartes brackets that have failed miserably. It's getting a bit poorly and old, and yeah, that's it. The decision's been made not to replace it. We're not going to put it back. We're not going to put anything back. Kitchen really doesn't need it. You only gather junk on the shelf for gathering junk on. Really don't need it. So anyway, executive decision has been decided. Shelf's not going back in. I might put some photos in of where it was and where it came crashing down, but we've got to clean the wall a bit first. I want to show you the dirty wall, because you can see there was an appliance under here that's an oven, benchtop oven that's over the years have left a bit of, oh, here comes trouble, left a bit of grease on this. There's a little bit of grease on the tiles, on the backing splash, clean off now. But anyway, yeah, that was a shock. Tuesday. Okay, let's go for a walk up the shed. Somebody said they liked it when I go walkabout and do these little guided tours. So let's go for a walk. Been watering this morning. Hose still out. Some of these pots here are going to be moved later today. Don't like where they are. They're not getting enough water. Probably come up here. Look, show the bridge. Bridge, happy fishy. Solar powered pump, so it won't come on till later in the day, if at all, because it's a bit overcast today. We might get another storm. The little swishy thing that circulates the water's running. It doesn't take a lot of solar, but it just pulses. You see that? Does a little pulse to circulate the water and aerate it. It's going. So that's good. Look, we must be doing something right. The fish look pretty healthy, but look at that plant. That's called a memory fern or memory herb or something. It's doing really fit and healthy in the water, so it's doing okay. Look, just enough solar to make the filtration pump trickle. Just enough. Look at that. That's what we want. You don't want it to run flat out, but it's just trickling it over the water, so it's doing enough to trickle. Okay, that's what's going on. Let's go and have a look at what's going on in the shed. This will give you a laugh. It's Tuesday. It's Trauma Tuesday, I'm going to call this. I was going to do some more work on my thing. This thing, it's sitting out here because I gave it a quick hit with the old lime green spray. Look at that. The thing. I wanted to drill some holes down through the track to secure it to its wooden block. I'll probably give you an end of review. Look at this. Managed to so far. The lights still work. Have a look at this. Can't see it from this side, of course. Silly Dave. Let's turn it around. And knock it off. Let's not do that, Dave. Let's give it another coat. But anyway, the lights still work. It's a Christmas miracle in its own right. I'm going to give it a bit more touch up for the spray of the old green. Anyway, come in here. I went to drill the holes in the block and discovered something quite traumatic. Went to do this on the old drill press. Yeah, no spinny. No brrrr on the drill press. There is power over here. I can show that. Look, turn on light. We have power. There's no laser. Laser doesn't work, so something in there's gone wrong somewhere, so I don't know what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to investigate that. I did turn it on, it made one little drip noise and that was it. So it sounded like it was going to spin. It couldn't fire up, so I did manually try and turn it over by hand. But yeah, no. No drilly. Going to have to autopsy the old bench drill. Or we might be in the year buying one of the new lime green ones. Not sponsored by Ryobi, but Ryobi, if you want to buy me a drill, bench drill, yeah, please contribute. Details at the end of the video. How we going with the wall? Looking pretty smicky duck. I've printed up a few more 3D little holders. Got the rest of the accessories for the rotary tool down there. Doing good. Yeah, it's looking good. Tuesday morning. Bad news continues. I decided to spray some dull coat, some matte varnish on the cheap Temu, not sponsored, foliage to see if I could tone down the shiny plastic, and decided to have a go with the Temu unsponsored spray gun, and I managed to block it up completely using, even though I thinned it down to next to nothing, varnish. So, soaking over here in the windscreen wash, which I get from SCA, which you'll probably know what brand that is. Unsponsored, got to say that there, I'll get in trouble. I've got the airbrushes soaking. Now I've got one of my Spear Maxes in there just because I could. And whack the cheapy nasty one in there as well. One of the best things for diluting and get rid of acrylic paint and good to run through your gun. Found that on YouTube, and it's not windscreen wiper cleaner, but use it straight, use it neat, run it through your guns. Cheaper than buying the older terps. And make sure you use the water-free, non-mineral terps for your air guns, yada yada, you know that. What am I telling you? Anyway, let's go and have a look through here. Because I, in the end, I haven't seen before, that's the magic door into the other end of the workshop. I decided to use the proper spray proof and do that, and some light on this, and spray some dull coat, and not too bad. I should do a before and after shot, I will do one later, but it's taken the plastic sheen right off them. Hang on, let's go and have a look at a before and after. So I will do the rest of it. Very impressed with that, they came up very well. So the spray booth, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen it before, Dave's spray booth. It's got a kitchen range hood up here that vents outside. Got a big fan, it's got lights in here, and got me a little airbrush set up. There's a little unsponsored Aldi air compressor down there that works really well. And I use Spearman brushes, airbrushes. So I'm very impressed with that. I will probably go and paint the rest of them in that colour. Let's go back through here. So this is the heavy workshop where we keep all the dirty tools, big tools. I've got grinders and cutters and all sorts of stuff stored in here. People haven't gone. If you want a full tool, let me know. Ages since we've done a full. It's got heavy saws, it's got band saws, it's got all sorts of stuff in here. Storage for all sorts of tools you use often. There's all sorts of power tools up in here, and paint store, guarded by the Queen. More paint. Anyway, magic door, ladders, everything gets stored in here. Swing around back into the layout end. The fan and light's still on because running the fan, suction fans and all that. So that door is the wall of Ryobi. It's also a hidden door. We do that so we can keep all the nasty Sharpie tools locked up down the other end for when the tid lids running around. It's all safe and locked. Plus it's a little novelty and it gives me space here and all that. So it keeps all the nasties. Plus it's also our dirty room because there's the welding bay and all that's down there. Okay, so we're going to come and have a look. Can I have a look at these before trees? See if we can get them out of the packet. So these are the before trees. They're not there. I should have taken them out and pack it and do a better before shot, but there you go. They are the before trees, but I think giving them a hit with that dull coat worked really well. I'll do the rest of them. Anyway, that's just my theory. Let me know what you think. The plastic, I don't know how well it comes across. Okay, plastic got that little bit of shine. It'll be okay if the whole layout would have that little bit after rain shine, but yeah, we don't need it. Okay, well that's it for this part. There's a coffee here for my name. Coffee here with my name on it. No, it actually hasn't got my name. It's got the Melbourne tram on it. But anyway, I've got to have this coffee. I've got some other jobs I want to done. Tomorrow, out at Mother's again, painting. So won't see much of that, or you might see much of that. And then Thursday, got half a day. Thursday, I'll be sort of like got some stuff in the morning. I've got to do an irrigation job till like midday. So I don't know how much we're going to get done this week in the shed. But anyway, pull along. Shall we go? Well, how good is this? I'm impressed by this. On this one over here, that is the before. These little trees, Timo, treatment nasty if you want to look for them. I won't put a link on because I'm not sponsored. So that was before, that's how they came out of the packet. This one is just sprayed up, hit with a matte coat spray, matte varnish. Just a Vallejo one, just a common one. But have a look at this. I'm very impressed with this. So these are the rest of them. Hope they come across on how beautiful they look. These are going to go in the fern gully, in the river gully, to give it that ferny look like you see in the narrow gauge pictures from Puff and Billy and the like. But what I've done was, after I dulled the plastic down, for what they say, shits and giggles, just for a bit of fun, I gave them a hit with a wash, spray wash in the airbrush. This is the rust wash, would you believe, rust effect. So I gave them a hit with that through the spray gun, and look at that. Hope they come across on camera how impressive that is. That is brilliant. They just gave them that little brown tinge around the edge. Just took the colour out of them. Sprayed various ranges. Some of them got a bit of a heavy wash. Some of them got a lighter wash. So as per natural stuff, inconsistency between them. But very impressed. Very impressed. Now these are magnet mounts. You can buy them off the cheap Chinese shop. So I'll use them for spraying, use them for model holding. I have a magnet here on the side of the bench, which is a big one that comes from the German supermarket, people call it. So we stick tools in that, and we can stick those magnets on it. It's just handy for when you're working on stuff, you can stick them there. If I can find a nice little piece of sheet square metal, I might screw about a foot square, 30 centimetre square for those who are in the other system. Don't want the full bench top metal, but just a little square of light sheet, which I'm allowed to use in magnets. But there, I have a magnet clamp on the side and do something. But impressive. So we'll have to wait and see. Later in the video, you might see them in the valley. You might not. Now, I've got to go and do something with this last one that he's This one is the before. Now I've done the before and after. I might go and give it a really, really, really dirty look and see how it goes. Give it the filthies. Filthies, as the kids say, give it a dirty look. The trees did the same. They came up okay. Hang on, I'll get it up here. So yeah, and I sprayed the trunk with the coat as well, because that's what I was actually originally, and then I've done the tops with the wash. Yeah. So onwards and upwards. That's what the next task is, play around. Talk to you later. Well, we're spitting out lots of content. I've just finished this last little batch of the tree. I've done the last two I had. The one that was the this one here. This is the one I used for and after the dull coat. I've just given it dirt. The last one, it still isn't fully dry yet, but I'm going to play with it anyway. I went absolutely nutso on the spray. In fact, put so much spray on it you can see the spray down here on the shaft of the peggy thing. Absolutely bizarre, and it looks good. Well, I think it does. It was on the tank spray. Now, for those, somebody is bound to ask, what is the varnish I use? It's this stuff over here, the matte varnish, polyurethane varnish. Oops, let's see if we can get it in shot a bit better. Hang on, I'll flick it over. No. Oh, I just ruined the shot. Look at it. I'm going to not. Okay, so it's this Vallejo polyurethane matte varnish. Mix it in the gun, in the spray gun, 50-50 with the varnish, 50-50 with thinner, and a couple of drops of spray coat enhancer. So it's really cheap and efficient to use. You don't use a lot. So that's the stuff. Now, I see the spray gun. That is a Sparmax, not a Spearmax. S-P-A-R-M-A-X. Sparmax. This is the Sparmax 4. The one soaking down there in the windscreen washer fluid is the Sparmax 3, I think. I source these from Hobby Tools Australia, not sponsoring them. Hobby Tools Australia. Now the difference between the 3 and the 4 is how much spray. I think one's a 3mm spray form. I don't know. But very, very, very good guns. They survived me. Now this 4, these are both dual action spray guns. So you have a ability to control the air flow and the paint flow. But on this number 4, because I use it for putting down lots of paint in a hurry, it's got a little adapter down the bottom. That little adapter turns it into a single action airbrush. So it's only on and off. Okay, Google that if you want to know the difference between a single action and a dual action. But dual action, you're controlling the amount of airflow and the amount of paint flow. On a single action, the trigger just is on and off. So you're controlling airflow and paint flow roughly in the one thing. A lot easier if you want to put down a lot of paint in a lot of hurry. If you're doing fine detail, that's why my number 3, because it's a more finer. We run it as a dual action, and then the number 4, because you're often putting down a lot of coat, a lot of paint in a hurry. Run it as a single action, and they are Sparmax. Down the bottom there, having a bit of a swim, Sparmax 3. Up on top is a Sparmax 4, almost. He's going to go for a swim now too. That is windscreen washer fluid, as we said earlier. So that's the 3. Can we see that? S-P-A-R-M-A-X. Sparmax, not Spearmax, whatever it is. Let's go and have a look at me. Every New South Wales Lyco depot, if you go and look at photos of New South Wales Lyco depots, they all have palm trees, or a palm tree, or close to them. So there you go. There's my little Lyco depot over here, my tin shed, and me tree. Well, good afternoon. Well, good whatever time of day you're watching the video. Welcome to Friday. This is the end of this week's saga. Just show you a few things around the place. I am feeling really rough today. I've done 2 days of really busy stuff. And yeah, feeling rough. So I'm just going to do a quick video. The rest of the day I'm just going to have to relax a bit and do some editing. There's things I'd like to do, but I'm not pushing myself. Anyway, started putting peg on the peg wall. Yeah, on the pegboard stuff. Look, does anybody else struggle with getting the hooks in? Really do. And then half the time when I put them in, they then fall out. So anyway, if there's a secret to it, let me know. Haven't discovered it, but anyway, that's, yep. Fern Valley. Wow. She looks good. She looks, oh, well, I'm impressed. I don't know if it's a she or a he, but stunning. I think that it came up beautifully, the old Fern Valley. Hang on, we'll swing around the pole. I'm not sure if the video will do it. I say that in all my videos. Not sure if the video will do it justice. I did put some stills out on one of the railway narrow gauge modelling sites the other week, but they are anyway. I'm impressed. I'm happy. It looks really good. I hope you enjoyed that journey from start to finish to see that. We'll go for a bit of wander around. What else have you done this week? Well, I'm going to show you a couple of quick things. I have completed the lighting bus, so I now have all the cabling through. Excuse me if I walk around. Going around here so we can look at the valley from the other side. So we can have a look at the valley. Oh, look, I'm impressed with it. I don't know if anybody else is. Those plastic Chinese ferns came up beautiful. I might order some more. Yeah, I'll definitely probably order them. So I wonder if I can get a Black Friday. Oh, don't start me about the black. I wonder if I can do a deal on them. So there we go. The lighting bus is I've added to the 2 modules that didn't have lighting. So we now have the 6-volt lighting cabling all the way down to the old loco depot. This will allow me, if I want to put little LEDs in the buffers if I wanted to, and I can put a few lights around this loco depot now that I've got a 6-volt outlet, which is just here. Still waiting for white LEDs. For display purposes, I've put LEDs on the bus so I can work on the bus to show you that lighting bus is now alive, working. So still waiting on my light side. Then I've got some street lights to go in and bits and pieces to go in, but all the infrastructure so we can light up places can happen. This is all pretty much same-o. This is the lighting to the other end of the next lamp. I've got to make some up of that fake conduit, print some more of that to neaten up those wires, because those wires then run down to the other end of the layout. Down here there's a red light here, so this will allow us to supply, well, gives us the lighting supply into the shed down here where the new loco shed sits. Once again, if I wanted to light up the buffers, I now have facility to light up buffers, put lights in the shed, do all that, because I've got the power supply down to this end of the layout. Now that's about it. One more thing. In Bunnings yesterday, on special this week. Not that I need to buy more Ryobi. Oh, I couldn't resist it. Couldn't resist it. It's, what are they saying? A specialty metric drilling and driving set, but it's a whole different pieces of bits and drivers to go with the Ryobi stuff. And I picked up some spare bits because I'm always chewing them. They're handy to have. Yeah. Oh, look, Bunnings. I think I've been to Bunnings for different jobs this week. I think 1, 2, at least 3 times. Yesterday I went twice. Yeah, it was a day. Anyway, that's it. Keep safe, keep well. Any questions about anything you've seen in the video, please ask me. Look, if you like the video, please give a like. If you don't subscribe, please subscribe. And if you can, just leave a comment, because it helps with YouTube. Apparently not just giving a like, just putting, yep, watched it, or hi Dave, how you doing? Like this, like that. Leave me a comment about something. Apparently, that's what helps. I don't know, I'm no expert at these things. I've got to put some paint on the back of the fire station, or slide it down, because I don't know if you can see that in there. Can you see the writing on? I suppose it could be just considered advertising. Anyway, I've also finished the other job that was doing this week. Was external to the shed, was my own garden watering system. So that might be a separate video. Keep an eye on my socials, probably on one of the pages, either Grumpy Frog or on Dave in the Shed. Might put that out as a separate video, just about what I did about my sprinkler systems. Anyway, take care, look after yourselves, and don't forget, have a go. Have a go at something you wouldn't normally do, because you don't know what you can do or what you can't do until you try. And I'll tell you what, I'm pretty crap at painting. Catch you later. I've been Dave in the Shed. That's pretty crap at house, well, I'm pretty crap at all painting. Should have put pretty crap at house painting, but yeah, I'm pretty crap at all painting. Bye. Well, here is a news flash. I'm at the drill press. I was about to investigate what's going on, and have a look at this, folks. Drill press runs. Hang on, I'll turn the overhead light off. Don't know if you can see it now. Focusing laser, well, centering laser works. Everything works. What was wrong with it? Well, I don't know. I don't know. I think it just might have been not plugged in all the way. I don't know. It's just bizarre. It's back. I just think the cable, I pulled everything out, plugged it all back in again, and did a few things. It all works. All works. Got me stuffed. Anyway, that's just a bit of a news flash. I'll just quickly put this on the Friday video that I'm editing, ready to go out. Now, we should put that on there. Look at that. Has me stuffed.